welcome to Breakfast Central. This is where the best place to start your day right. We bring you the latest news, insightful discussions, just everything you need to start your brand new week here. I am Gbenga and Olive.
All right. Now let's get the show started. But before we do, let's mention to you that you can be a part of the show. Visit YouTube. We're streaming live on News Central TV, and you can drop your thoughts and your comments in the chat box, and we can pick these thoughts and comments. How's your weekend, Gbenga?
Olivia, I had a very social. I mean, weekends are you're meant to rest.
Yes, I agree.
It was more of a weekend that was filled with family time and social activities. So I could only rest at the appointed time in the night. You know, I thought I would be able to take naps and all of that, but it was a very busy weekend. But it's nice. It's also a good look. We also need to remember that life is not about walk. You need to take time to interact with friends and family members, because we're always busy, you know, chasing that money, work. We forget, we hardly have time to have that physical interaction with friends and family. So you should make it happen. And it's very therapeutic. It's better than speaking on the phone if you can have that physical meetings.
I'm glad that you had that. You know, I think that it's very important. You've highlighted once again how key it is. Human interaction, the need for community, spending time with your community is very important, and not getting so drowned in work. True. You know, I had quite a restful weekend as well, spent it a lot at home, and I'm very happy to have had that. You know, when people ask me, very
rare for you.
Yeah, when they ask me, well, how's your weekend? A good weekend for me is a weekend where I don't have to step out of the front of my house, where I'm indoors all weekend.
You work a lot. But how was your night?
That's such a Nigerian question.
It's a valid question. How was your night?
Why do people get upset?
When they ask me how was your night, I always respond, it was dark and lovely. Because how am I supposed to know what happened during the night?
So I don't get offended when people ask me that question. I don't know why people get offended.
You find it funny though?
No, I don't even find it funny. When they say how was your night, oh, my night was good. Because the truth is, your night could have been dramatic. There have been situations where one person can't make it to work because they had a health scare or there was a health challenge. So your night could have been full of activity.
The wind blew off the roof.
Or POP ceiling fell.
Exactly.
Or, you know, so there's many things that could have happened at night. So how was your night?
Like you said,
my night was good.
I think it's unique to Nigeria. It's a Nigerian greeting.
And even that Nigerian's vexings, just borrowed vexings. In Nigerian greeting, they ask you how was your night. Tell them whether your night was good or it was not good.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's get into our conversations this morning. We're starting off with a very interesting one. There have been two major stories we're looking at, but in one of them, the Nigerian police has been found culpable. In a video, the Nigerian police was found trying to do their regular stop and search, which is within their rights to do. Unfortunately, their reactions took a completely different turn because a young man was wearing the smart glasses. A number of people are starting to catch on with the smart glasses, and the police did not find that funny. Let's take a look.
I cannot wear my glasses again. You didn't wear glasses. Okay, leave me a beg. You know they touch my glass. Why are you touching my glass? Why are you touching my glass? What is the problem? What have I done wrong? Officer, what have I done wrong? What is the problem? What have I done wrong? This is the paper. I'm not carrying police. I'm wearing my glasses.
Police. You on the camera and
okay, how is my glasses a problem to you?
Remove that camera.
Why?
Why did you put
I don't feel wear glass again.
Which glass?
This is my glass. This is my glass. I bought it. Can't I wear it? This is.
So for those who do not know yet about the new technology regarding glasses, there are glasses that can record. These glasses come with inbuilt cameras, and the cameras can film in 4K, literally as clear as your phone or as clear as your camera would film, and a number of people have it. So these days you have to be very careful because you don't know who's filming and how you can get into their clips. From spy glasses to spy pens, the technology keeps expanding more and more. And this then raises broader conversations. First of all, I applaud the Nigerian police for how they've responded to this. They released a press statement talking about how they have identified this matter, how they have identified the men involved in this matter. If you see here, CSP Benjamin Hundeyin says, following a thorough preliminary investigation, the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command, CP Olóhùndárí Jimoh, has ordered the immediate detention of the entire team. The officers will face an orderly room trial in line with established disciplinary procedures to ensure justice is served swiftly and transparently. In addition, the entire tactical squad implicated in this matter has been dissolved with immediate effect. A new tactical squad has been constituted comprising officers who will adhere strictly to international best practices in policing. This new unit will operate with zero tolerance for corruption while upholding the highest standards of respect for human rights and human dignity. The Lagos State Police Command remains committed to serving and protecting the public with integrity and fairness. We urge all residents to continue cooperating with law enforcement agencies and to report any misconduct through our established channels. That's what the police had to say about it. Let me get your thoughts on it first, Gbenga.
I mean, this is, you know, I really feel for the Nigerian Police Public Relations Department because their work is colorful. Exactly. Every other week there's one complaint about the conduct of policemen or one policeman, and you often hear that, you know, they're bad eggs, and you're wondering which poultry produce these bad eggs, because it seems they need a refund. Because every other week the Nigerian police has a serious reputation problem. And that's why people have been calling for complete overhaul and for reforms in the Nigerian police. The former Georgian president, Mikhail Saakashvili, so many years ago, did something quite radical when he came into office. There were people always complained about Georgian police officers, and he sacked the entire police force in Georgia. Georgia, the country where the capital is Tbilisi, not Georgia, the state in US. So he had to get new people to fill in the police force. So I'm not suggesting we should do that. That's quite radical. But I think going forward, we can have a new breed of Nigerian police officers who adhere to international best practices. And I think the minimum requirement to join the police force, whether you're an officer or other rank, should be, you know, a minimum of HND or university graduate, because it will go a long way in saving them this explanations and embarrassment all the time that we face. But they're very good cops, I must say, and I believe the vast majority of men of the Nigerian police force are professional, but it's just unfortunate that we have this incident. And where in the Constitution does it say that recording, but according to the policeman, he said cameraing is not allowed. So
Cameraing is not allowed.
Why are you cameraing me?
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, just do your job professionally. And if you have none to hide, why are you scared of the glasses?
I mean, anyway, there's somebody else who has shared a similar story. Apparently, he claims to have experienced something similar. That's Omoyele Sowore. He put out a post 2 days ago where he says, in January 2025, I deployed my Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses to expose a notorious police extortion team on the Lagos Airport Road. Instead of punishing the corrupt police officers, he says the illegal IGP, Kayode Egbetokun, ordered my arrest and charged me with cybercrime for filming them. I was granted bail only after my passport was seized. During the historic police protest, the first PRA, Muyiwa Adejobi, even sent his cameraman, Victor Chiemere Aku, to snatch my AI glasses on camera. Though I filed a criminal complaint, nothing was done. The glasses were later quietly returned by DCP Akin Fakorede after they realized they couldn't crack its data. This is why the Nigerian state fears technology. As Senator Bamidele Okpeyemi admitted, they see social media as a national threat. Technology exposes their crimes and empowers citizens. I salute the young man in Lagos who stood up to corrupt police that day. His courage is proof that Nigerians will no longer remain silent. Arm yourselves with body cams, AI glasses, dash cams, and other digital tools. Technology is our witness. The revolt must be AI-powered to defeat the old order. So now this situation with this young man and the Nigerian police bring up broader conversations that I will probably share. But first, let's take the reactions. We've taken Omoyele Sowore's reaction. Let's take the reactions of other Nigerians to this story. And this tweet from Domis Food says, an intelligent police, knowing he had the camera switched on, would have used that as an avenue to showcase his professionalism, even if he had to pretend for 5 minutes. But no, greed and oppression of a fellow citizen seem to be top of the agenda. How did we get here?
Okay, Honorable Abfad says, the camera the man was putting on can serve as reference to an officer putting on.
Exactly.
It's because of harassment like this that citizens start using this. Now imagine if the man didn't use this, the attitude of the officer would be more terrible. You guys need to do better. I mean, the global best practices is policemen
wear body cams.
Wear body cams.
Exactly. Make una stop all this eye service, Samuel says. The ones that have been reported to you, what disciplinary actions did you serve them with? How many have been sacked or demoted? Issues like the one above will keep reoccurring until a stringent punishment is served to those that deter. Our next tweet.
Police NG CRU. Why are you making life unlivable for Nigerian citizens? You all make it look like it's like being successful in this nation is a sin. Real kidnappers and thieves walk freely, but it's on armed citizens that it's your problem. When you finish pushing, okay, can we go back to that previous tweet, please?
The previous tweet,
when you finish pushing youth,
y'all will enjoy
I think this guy,
y'all.
that street boy just came back from United States.
Ain't it?
Pennsylvania.
No. Yeah, it is England. Meetup says, imagine if there were no cameras. He assaulted the driver and even denied it. This individual clearly needs proper training and intervention. But what happens if you simply fire him and release him into the society without a job? He's already demonstrating problematic behavior while in uniform. This one is a major case, and there are many like this. I can see the sense in Meetup's tweet regarding this story. Anyway, hey, Rita, wow. When they go low, we go lower. Rita says, you people should not be bringing mad people as policemen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not funny. You need to do some sort of psychiatric evaluation to any individual you're going to give firearms to. Because, I mean, firearms are deadly. You can take a life with firearms. So you need to know the mental state of these individuals you're giving.
I think that this is an important point to note.
Firearms to.
So in case you're wondering if it's legal or if it's illegal, Prince Olumuyiwa Adejobi has said you can video or take pictures of policemen on duty. We have said it several times. There is nothing wrong with that. You can take up the case, send an SMS to me or to our email box, pressforabuja@police.gov.ng. You can as well talk to your PPRO. Thanks. This was in response to somebody asking if it's a crime to video during stop and search because he had to pay 10,000 naira to those officers to give him back his phone after taking it forcefully.
So the 10,000 naira he paid, was it a fine? Did they issue him a receipt or
no?
Or it was extortion?
It's extortion, of course. Wow. Which receipt? What's the letterhead on the receipt? That was extortion, at the highest
these
level.
are the type of policemen that are giving other policemen a bad name.
So I think that this raises a broader conversation about where Nigeria's police force is in global conversations about technology and AI. Technology has come to stay, and every day it's evolving. And if we in Nigeria still have policemen that don't understand how these glasses work and would try to criminalize citizens who are using this to protect themselves, which is of course done because there's a trust deficit between the citizens and their police, then we have a long way to go.
And the Nigerian police force might have to do a roadshow and have to launch a serious public relations campaign to fix his reputation, because the vast majority of Nigerians do not have friendly disposition.
It's not about roadshow, Gbenga. I don't think there's anything that roadshow will do.
They need to change their attitude.
So I think that the way they say that the taste of the pudding is in the eating. It is in the experiences that Nigerians will have.
Yeah, but the experiences are not
so they have to ensure that the Nigerian police has to ensure that in its interaction with citizens, it starts to act differently. The police have to do a sweeping, a thorough deep cleaning within themselves so that they can kick out the bad.
When they start this campaign, the roadshow, that look, police is your friend or something similar, and the rebranding, they need to even change that name, Nigerian Police Force. Who are they forcing? It's to serve and protect. It should be Nigerian Police Services.
As for me, I don't know if it's about change of name, because when the protest started about NSAS, many people were arguing NSAS, but at the end of the day, it felt like what was done was a rebranding. How did they really end that? At the end of the day, it's not about talk and orientation. If your actions shows that there's a change, Nigerians will get to the program. It will take a little bit of time, but people will start to share. The same way social media has served as a platform for people to share their negative experiences. It will be a platform to share positive experiences.
Antagonistic towards citizens. Or maybe we should greet them with a smile anytime you're stopped. How are you? How was your day? And things like that. But when they come at you with aggression, and they point a weapon at you, how are you supposed to react?
Whether or not you greet them with a smile, and I agree that you should greet people politely, regardless of whether they are members of the Nigerian Police Force. Courtesy demands that you be courteous and polite to people. If I'm not in the mood to smile, I should not be forced to smile, right? Because although unfortunately, in Nigeria, every time I see them, I smile because I don't want trouble, I beg. I have to smile. But if I don't want to smile, if I'm having a bad day, I should not be forced to put on a show because I don't want them to point gun at me. What I'm saying at the end of the day is, in the manner in which, you know, they should be taught emotional control. They should be taught, when that person joked about they should not employ people in the police, and he said psychiatric evaluation should be employed, I think that that's a very valid point. Because you want people who are not easily triggered, people whose egos are thin as thread, and that the slightest thing can trip their ego. That's not what you want in the Nigerian police. You want people who are confident in themselves, who understand that their job is one of respect. I think part of why there's that disconnect between the citizens and the police is, one, they feel like the citizens do not respect them. And in some cases, yes, the citizens do not respect them because respect and trust go hand in hand. And they can't
citizens
respect
that don't
you.
respect them, the VIPs that you send them on errands, the ones that are holding money for them at parties, the ones that are washing cars in their garages.
Using them to wear madam's shoe.
Exactly.
Facts.
So
those are facts.
It's not,
right? It's not the regular citizen.
It's not your enemy.
Exactly.
It's not disrespecting.
And there's this new thing that they do. You know, for those of us that are not driving flashy cars, they use us to stop the ones that are driving flashy cars behind us. I don't know if they've ever done anyway. They'll just be like, hey, stop here. It's not you. You're not the target. There's one flashy car behind you. They want to quickly check that car.
Okay.
You know, so those little things just make Nigerians feel like. Anyway, wake-up call to the Nigerian police. Kudos for speaking up about this. We like the fact that when they see...
reaction.
Yeah, exactly. There's a swift reaction when there's a poor action by the Nigerian police, a swift action to condemn. But like Nigerians would like to see. I don't know if firing them is the way out. It just shows that there needs to be a total overhaul in the Nigerian police.
I think training,
force.
and I'm glad they're having an orderly room trial. So after that, they will probably go through some
all of them should be trained from top to bottom.
Lectures,
they should be trained.
Understand civil and police relations and not antagonize people.
And maybe they should now start to, you know, the way they should start to do the carrot and the stick approach. So there should be reward for the policemen who are doing what they need to do. So to encourage good behavior. The same way you see in organizations, you walk into certain buildings and you see staff of the month. There's someone's picture. Just things that encourage them to do better. Because honestly, the demon that we are fighting in Nigerian police force, it's a long way
to brand their uniform to, you know, the color black is synonymous with certain things that are not good. So
that's why
they should change it to white short knicker.
So that one I don't. That one I also don't agree with, because unfortunately the concept of black being linked to certain things, some would argue that is a colonialist.
It's a colonial.
mindset.
Yeah, black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, let's move to our next story that asks or will make you ask the question: what really is the democracy that we are running in Nigeria? And if when you go to the polls, if you're really electing certain people or it's just a show? We'll take a look at the video, and this video is a video of the white lion. And
I want to tell you guys that as ridiculous as this seems, this is a factual video. It's not AI. This is real. I
couldn't believe that this is real. But let's take a listen.
Thank you. Sit down. So, you are going in there now. Go and cooperate with the Speaker, other members of the House of Assembly of Kogi State, and be part of those that will support Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo. Are you getting my point? In everything that comes to the Assembly, everything. Even if you know.
So the context of the video is members of the Kogi State House of Assembly visited the immediate past governor of the state, Mr. Yahaya Bello, also known as the White Lion, and he gave them the marching order that, look, you need to listen to what's Governor Ododo, the current Governor Usman Ododo's orders. Cooperate with him so that, you know, development can come to the state, and, you know, don't oppose his bills, make life easy for him, and what have you. And, you know, you saw that body gesture. You have to. You know,
I like the way one of the men there stood like this, very meek and humble, like Nick. Let's show that video again. There's a man, you know, just today, you know, when your dad is giving instructions, you stand very respectful. There's one man by the left, they'll soon show him. Yes, this is the White Lion addressing them, drawing his ear for them. Say, listen, no, parents, listen to your children.
I mean, even the leader.
This man, look, very humble.
Sometimes you wonder if this is Kogi State or the obedient movement, because even the obedient movement are not disobedient. And I don't think their principal would address them in this manner.
No.
So these are the real obedience.
So before obedience will come, it's just jabs. He's just making issues with, he's trying to crack a dry joke about the fact that that guy is looking very obedient. Anyway, so this again raises certain critical issues. If in that 29-second video you can see the former governor addressing legislators regarding their interaction with the current governor, it makes you ask what really is separation of powers. How exactly are we merging the legislature with the executive? Is the legislature not meant to checkmate the executive?
The former governor, he's lost all executive powers, he's lost immunity. He's a leader of the party, but in that manner, in his car park, in his garage, giving them a lecture like you're talking to school students. But I don't blame him. I blame the current governor of Kogi State, because if you do recall, and I wish our producers had...
That kneeling down video?
Yes, when he was declared governor of Kogi State after winning the elections.
And to thank his leader.
He had to thank his leader. It was with his wife. And then he said that if I give you an instruction... And he gives you
governor gives you an instruction.
You should
listen to him.
The former governor.
So back to what I was saying. This 29-second video raises certain issues. One, what really is separation of powers when we're looking at members of the legislature deferring to the executive? The executive should be able to come and present budgets, present bills to the legislature. The legislature should check to ensure that there isn't any form of oversight. How do we ensure that there isn't any oversight? Now, two, this then reminds us of what happened when the EFCC tried to arrest the former governor Yahaya Bello, and he walked hand in hand with his brother Usman Ododo, and the EFCC were not able to enforce an arrest because they were working united hand in hand. And then one wonders, what really is his interest in ensuring that he's meddling in the affairs? Is it really because he's genuinely concerned about the smooth flow of governance in Kogi State, or because he has some ulterior motive and is trying to cover up his tracks in Kogi State? Is it basically just trying to ensure that he's protecting his own legacy, to see that the Kogi State government under Usman Ododo covers his mistakes and the actions that he took while he was governor and in office? Is it a continuity we're seeing? This again it rehashes the conversations about godfatherism. Is this a continued legacy of, because it feels like it's
case of godfather?
Yeah, it feels like it's Yahaya Bello still continuing to govern the people of Kogi State just through a different instrument, the instrument of Usman Ododo.
It looks like he's in his third term.
Exactly. Yahaya Bello in his third term.
And I wonder what the Kogi people feel. But let's take reactions. We might have one or two indigenes of Kogi State in the comments. Probe Nigeria says, this is what you get when democracy is turned into a godfatherism enterprise. This is the guy that EFCC can't find. Like Olive, he did echo Olive's sentiments on godfatherism. Opera Matthew says, they must follow his command because they know how they became lawmakers. Nobody voted them. They stole the people's mandate, so they must obey the man who made them.
All right, and away from that, we see he's copying Lagos' style of politics. He learned it from somewhere now, and that's Lagos setting the example for others to follow. That's what Wike that's what Wike wants to possibly achieve, Lagos legacy, by Fechi Henry. Okoye Taiwo says, 3 bosa for Kogi people. Bosa, bosa, bosa. Senator Natasha is a warrior. How she managed to win an election under ex-governor Yahaya Bello needs to be studied in all Nigerian universities. It's well with Kogi State FARC allocation. I agree with you, my brother. And the next tweet.
Fen Jiro says, so Yahaya Bello turned the Kogi State House of Assembly into his personal kindergarten, ordering grown men elected by people to sit on the floor like toddlers during morning devotion, and they obeyed without a word. They aren't lawmakers, they are law beggars. Democracy in Nigeria is just cosplay at this point. One man talks, the rest sit like choir boys. Truly, the country no just cooked.
Truly, the country no just cook, it don't burn.
Wow.
Oh, okay. That's from Fen Ajiru. Again, like we said, it just highlights several other issues, the godfatherism issue, separation of powers. But then again, the lawmakers, there's a huge responsibility on these lawmakers who were not put there, or we assume they were not put there.
They were elected.
They were elected. by your
their
citizens,
constituents.
by your constituents. So for everybody who's there looking meek like McNeil, just know that there were people who voted you because they trusted you. And every time that you choose the position, you choose to rob the backs or to dance to the tune of the piper should actually be the citizens and not the governor or the ex-governor. So for every time that you dance to the tune of the governor and forget that people elected you there, then you are failed as a legislator, you have failed your constituents, and you have no business being in those hallowed chambers. And that's, the final thoughts for our people.
I mean, I'm also just wondering why he had to entertain them in his garage. What happened to his living room? I mean, is it not supposed
I don't care where if he likes, he should entertain them.
But what do we call the current governor if the former governor is the white lion? Maybe the brown lion, perhaps, or the brown tiger, since lion is taken.
I wanted to see if we could take one or two reactions on YouTube. All right, Felix Okechukwu says, this is not surprising. Nigerians are told to be humble so material things can come to them. But I see this as cowardice, the reason we don't confront those who are top in the society. Thank you very much, Felix, for your comment.